Hey y'all, Chris Funk here, standing with my bride Angie Funk. We have the brand spanking new, matter of fact it's too new, it's still considered a prototype, Jackson Take 2. When you first look at this boat, first thing you're going to think of is it is an absolute beast. But the Take 2 in the name, it's meant for carrying two folks. It is a tandem boat. Now a little background on our tandem. We started out paddling tandem in a canoe 28 years ago in a Coleman Ram X. We went from a Coleman Ram X to a Old Town Guide 147, Discovery 169. So we paddled literally tandem for our entire relationship, just about. And for us, it started out as economic reasons. We couldn't afford a boat, so that's what we started out in the canoes.
Right.
And really enjoyed the times. We paddled some beautiful places and had some really cool times. And for us, paddling tandem allows a really good time to communicate. You're not on a phone. Of course, back then there wasn't no phone.
No, there wasn't.
But you're not on a phone. You're not, it's total attention with each other. And for us, that's really cool. But unfortunately, tandem boats get a bad rap because what are they called?
Divorce boats.
Yep, everybody calls them a divorce boat. My thoughts are maybe you should try paddling tandem before you get married to prevent issues down the road. You could tell pretty quick whether or not
you can tell a lot about a relationship in a kayak.
Very much so. But when Jackson came along, for us, my team involvement and later her team involvement, we started out in tandem in the Big Tuna there. And really enjoyed that boat. I mean, spent a lot of time in some big water, the Keys, big salt water in that boat, and our rivers. And then we went from there to the DT, which still, we still have a DT, and we like that a lot because we love paddling tandem together. Now, she's an excellent paddler on her own. She's run Class 3 rapids with us. It's not the fun thing. It's not what she enjoys, but her thing is I think she just enjoys being with us, and she wants to be a part of the adventure, and I want to include her in as much of the adventure as I can, as much as she feels comfortable with. And for us, paddling tandem has been a really good thing, relationship wise, adventure wise. Like, I mean, today she was my trolling motor. She's much prettier than a Minn Kota, but we'll see if we got that on video or not. But that was nice, and I don't, she fishes, but I don't make her paddle me around to fish. So y'all don't hang me up on that.
But I do it occasionally.
She does it occasionally, yes. But for us, it's also opened up doors. We're involved with the Special Olympics groups that we've been able to paddle with. We've been able to take a tandem boat and put people with limited mental capacity, limited physical something, or just absolute greenhorns, newbies that are honestly terrified of the water, that don't want to go by themselves, and it helps to have something that you can put them in that they're comfortable paddling in. You may end up paddling them because they don't even want to touch the water or be that close, but I mean, you know what I'm saying, there are really good reasons for having a tandem in your fleet.
Yes.
Now this tandem, we weren't sure, because when we saw it, it's like, my gosh, it looks like an aircraft carrier. Just this week, I actually loaded this with over 200 pounds of gear. I still say that conservatively. Me in the tandem position in the back with all the gear up front, and in 3 days we did 50 miles on the Tallapoosa River. And that was carrying a tandem weight up front and not having the tandem motor up front. And I was able to paddle the boat, with very little issues. I'm surprised at how well it paddled.
It worked the same way with me paddling you fishing, and there's a little bit of a size difference between us, but I could still handle it just fine, and you were able to just continue just to play around a little bit.
And you kept the boat straight.
Straight.
It wasn't
no
having
problems.
a course correct. I mean, the glide on the boat impressed us.
Oh yeah.
When you look at it, all right, first thing you're going to say is that thing's going to paddle like a barge. And you guys, if any of you have seen my video on why your boats paddle like a barge, most of the problem is the paddling. Yeah. But I will tell you, if you have a boat that's a huge boat, it's not going to outrun our DT. The DT is a rocket, and the two of us in the DT fly. I mean, when you sync up, it moves.
Right.
But this boat surprisingly gets to speed, stays at speed, and has a wonderful glide.
Yes.
The cargo carrying capacity is unbelievable. I'm very, very impressed. And when I do reviews, I try to tell you guys what I like, what I don't like. Honestly, she loves the color. Me, I'm calling it Barney Eats a Vegan. It's not my thing, but she loves the color. I got my green on to represent the backside of the boat. I guess I always represent some sort of backside. but I like the color, but it wouldn't be my choice.
No.
But our thoughts on this boat, for us, it's totally going to be our tandem. This is not going to be one that I'm going to take out and go with. Now, Jackson going forward may bring them out in some fishing colors. Right now, this is only being touted as a wreck boat. And that's fine. I see all the track. It's literally got track all over it.
You can fish in a wreck boat.
You can fish in a wreck boat. Because, I mean, I've got my rod holder mounted on the back there. There's probably 8 feet of track down both sides of this boat. And it's amazing. It's all metal track. It's got a hatch on both ends for putting little stuff. Now, we all know no hatch is a dry hatch. So it's a hatch. Use a dry bag. If you love what you carry with you, use a dry bag when you use these hatches. It's got plenty places to lash and tie down. That's what I did. I put eyelets in the tracks to lash down all my gear. Now, we did say having a stand-up, there's no place for a stand-up rope on the front of it. But honestly, we would do the same thing we do in the DT and just run a rope from the bow line back. I would call that a con, that there's no stand-up strap. But being able to have a workaround that's pretty simple is not much of a con. Honestly, the only con that I would say on this boat would be the sheer weight. Yeah. I mean, it is a beast. And it's something you need to think about, like on your trailer or how you're going to put on your vehicle, whether or not you've got help, because she's a little bit height challenged. So we can pick it up and put it on top of the truck.
I'm no help for that.
We're having to do some workarounds of that, but that would be my con on this boat, would be the weight. But even at that, the weight of this boat with both seats in it is roughly what the Big Tuna hull empty was. So Jackson has done a wonderful job of giving a large boat that is incredibly stable. I'm talking earth stable. And some other neat things. Now, we'll go over these. I'll bring in the camera and I'll show that a little closer. The high-low system, this seat's in the low position. Now it's in the high position. That's pretty simple. I like that. That is super simple, super easy. They're keyed to where they won't hit at the same time. So if you do flip the boat, you know, a whole lot of stuff has to happen wrong to lose that seat. But all you do is pick it up, slide it forward, back in. Low, high, low. I mean, how simple. That is a cool design. I'm super pleased with the design, folks, on that. You can do it, just reach down, little weight off of it, slide it right back up, lock it back into place. And it's, so the only time I tend to run in low position is big waves, you know, big wind, long distances. This is super easy just to change in a moment's notice. They blow the whistle on the dam, I can go to low position without having to re-rig anything. It's super easy. But the Take 2 from Jackson, I'm super impressed. We've already said this is going to be part of our fleet. Yes. And even like her mother, I have been bugging her mother to get, Miss Gwen, this is it. You're going to be sitting in this seat one day. But her mama, we've been begging her mama to please come out, you know, and this is so easy to get into. It's so stable, and I will be paddling my ma-in-law around in this boat one day. I promise you. So this is a good. To us, the Take 2 from Jackson is a win.
It's a keeper for us.
It'll allow us to get people on the water that are not comfortable being out here, and for us, just to have another avenue to spend time together. Grow as husband and wife, grow as friends, and see what's created around us and appreciate it. So I'm thankful for this boat. I wanted to show this. If you guys have any questions, please hit me up. If you're near, you know, Smith Station, Alabama, holler at us. We'll do our best to get you in it. We try to help out as much as possible. Y'all take care. Thank you, baby.